Right. Okay, look, we're in the middle of Swiss Cottage. There's a lot of people shouting. There's some chanting going on from the people supporting Palestine and protesting against the Israeli ambassador. And behind us you can see the Zionists who are protesting against the existence of this protest. I'm shouting a bit because I can hardly hear myself. But I'm joined here by Allah, who has been at the protest here in Swiss Cottage for when it was here before. It was taken away by the Met Police. They'd said it had to move, but it's back again today. How are you doing? How do you feel now that you're back at Swiss Cottage?
I feel great. I even had to come out earlier than usual. I usually come 30 minutes early, but this time I came even earlier to just make sure they're here and just get ready and stick things up and get ready to start the protest. I feel like everyone's just so happy because we've been waiting for this for so long and the police is not really on our side and we kept trying to protest against it. We were in New Scotland Yard trying to protest to have a voice, to be able to say something, because when we say things, like you see, it's peaceful, but they say the most vile things and they get away with it. So yeah, I'm happy to be back.
I mean, the propaganda they've put out in the last day was sort of saying that all these arrests are being made against people supporting terrorism, that there's anti-Semitism going on. I mean, this isn't true. We've seen the footage of people shouting at us on this side of the side. What do you think about the lies they're coming out with?
The lies?
The lies they're saying.
We see them, we see the lies right in front of our face. As in they do things, we'll tell the police, we've been sexually harassed by the Zionists, we've been harassed in every way you can imagine. They call us terrorists, whatever, they call us anything there is in the book, And if we try to retaliate, defend ourselves, the police will come and say, go back to your protest. You can't speak to them. For example, when we were sexually harassed, there was 4 women, and a guy he kind of grabbed his private parts and looking at us saying things. So we kind of retaliated, and the police ran towards us, telling us to go back to the protest. So we can literally tell the difference. So hard to focus, but. Yeah, it's even if we tell the police it's the truth, they won't believe us. They'll believe what they say. And I don't know if they're scared to be called anti-Semitic or if it's just,
isn't it a bit like the way Israel lies about what's going on in Palestine as well? I mean, it's kind of identical in the fact that we hear so many lies about what's happening in Gaza. And it's exactly the same routine, isn't it?
I think their tactics are just lies and manipulation. It's just manipulating everyone. And even if, I don't know, genuinely, sometimes I think maybe they don't know. Maybe, they think the lies are really the truth. But I can't really think that the lies are truth. I think they really know because every time we come here, they come here, right? They don't come here if we're not here. They only come here to shut us up. So what's going on? Before this, they weren't coming. For 6 months they wouldn't come. But there was 5 of them coming, harassing us. There's a lawyer sitting there and he's not moved. So he's the one that made a report against me even for calling them God's chosen people, sarcastically. I guess I can't do that. But yeah, in any way there is, they've come for us. This way, from the police, from social media, even after we finish the protest, they kind of chant at us terrorists, blah, blah, blah,
I mean, it's like a battleground between sound systems, isn't it? I mean, they're trying to make as much noise as they can. But we've got Agnes. Agnes, can you hear me at all?
Yes,
can you hear me at all?
Yes.
You're a musician, aren't you? So how do you feel about this volume? Do you want to turn around to the cameras here?
I can't believe what I see. I can't believe that there are a group of, 20 or 30 Jews who do not understand that what they do has nothing to do with Jewish history. It has nothing to do with Judaism. It's not doing any good for Israel, and it's not doing anything any good for anybody. I cannot understand why they do not understand it. I'm Jewish from top to bottom and bottom to top. I'm a Jewish Holocaust child survivor. I'm a Jewish Jewish volunteer Holocaust researcher. My understanding of Judaism and Jewish history has nothing to do with that group, that brainwashed Zionist group. It has nothing to do with it, so I just can't understand it. I cannot understand it. And I am doing everything I can in my power to oppose them and to support the Palestinians.
I mean, I don't. Have you seen this many before on a protest? No, a counter-protest. Yeah. And did you see the information they were trying to project about what this picket was all for? You know, they were lying about trouble and anti-Semitism and all these kind of things.
I didn't see that, but I can hear what they're saying now. They keep shouting now that we are terrorists and we want to kill the Jews. So I mean, I can imagine what they were fed with. And they accept it. They don't think. What happened to the wisdom of Jews, I'm asking. I'm so proud of being Jewish because of the great many Jewish scholars and brains and so on. What happened? What happened? So it is unbelievable as well as outrageous, and it's not going to lead to anything good. Look at the number they turned up.
Well, there's more coming, aren't there? Yeah. I mean, the Board of Deputies of Jews, they put out a social media post saying, please come along to this protest against this. I mean, the fact that they're doing that gives it a lot more credibility. They're people, doesn't it? The Board of Deputies is quite a big organisation, isn't it?
I mean, this is absolutely sickening that it seems to me that Jews can be fascist, and not only in Netanyahu's right-wing government, but apparently everywhere. And they don't even know what they are doing. They just taking what they are told, and like crowds and masses everywhere, they just go for it. So it is horrendous. I see it, I hear it, and I cannot believe it. And I'm totally against it. And it fires me to do more and more and more to oppose this type of so-called Jewish view. It is not Jewish, it's fascist.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to, I'm being instructed to move over this way so we can see the picket here. Well, there's more people over this side here who are arguing against this guy in the middle. I remember him from a video shouting at everyone.
We as people of colour have no value, but we know we do, and we know that those people who are with us are.
So you can see we're being sort of surrounded by Elton John. They obviously like Elton John. I don't know what that's all about.
Not killing. Now we had a big victory today because Liberty, who have taken the government to court over their absolutely ridiculous attempts to shut down protests.
So there's some speaking going on over here. Should we go and listen to that?
And they're not going to win again.
Let's go over here.
5 judges agree with us. We have a right to protest. We have a right to be on the streets anywhere we want. And the police do not have the right to say that our protests are serious disruption. We are peaceful. We always have been since we started. The disruption and the violence comes from the other side, from those who, for reasons best known to themselves, want to do a counter demonstration against a demonstration and a protest here that is being called in support of the starving children of Gaza. So if they're attacking us, that's what they're attacking. They're attacking our stand against genocide and slow starvation and the wiping out of the Palestinian people, which is not going to happen. So you're wasting your time and your energy, because we are part of a massive movement, the like of which this world has not seen before. They did not expect us to come out in our thousands and in our millions to support Palestine. What is Palestine? A small country, a strip getting smaller. They did not expect you to be here. But we will not give up, and we're always going to be here as long as there is resistance in Palestine. We have to be part of that resistance to keep the Palestinians alive and to make sure that they can return to their land. It was Palestine, it is Palestine, it will always be Palestine. I must say, it's really quite unusual to have the courts on our side. Okay, so we have to make the most of that. And what I read from the victory that was won is that it may well be that all of the protesters who've been arrested since the introduction by Suella Braverman of this, I don't want to swear, piece of law, they will now have a case to have their sentencing and everything about their arrest re-examined. And wouldn't that be massive? If we can overturn these ridiculous laws against us, we are on the start of really making cracks everywhere through Zionism. We've been cracking through the walls, and we're going to walk through the holes, and we're going to tear the wall down. Thank you.
Sam's going to speak now, I think. Jonathan.
Comrades, the theme of this week's picket is all about the starvation, the siege, the deliberate starvation of the entire population of the Gaza Strip. If this was happening anywhere else, the Western elites would be up in arms. They would be, the front pages of the newspapers would have photographs and double-page spreads all over the place. But because it's Gaza and because it's Palestine, it doesn't even appear in the papers. What they are doing is a war crime. Collective punishment is a war crime under the Geneva Conventions. And we are here today to say this is unacceptable. Lift the siege. So say it with me, comrades. Lift the siege on Gaza!
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 And comrades, we know who's responsible. It's not only the Zionist entity in Palestine, so-called Israel, it's also the UK government and the USA government. So another chant. Chant with me. Israel, UK, USA.
Israel, UK, USA!
Stop the starvation in Gaza.
Stop the starvation in Gaza!
Didn't get that quite right. Let's have another go. Israel, UK, USA.
Israel, UK, USA!
Lift the siege on Gaza.
Lift the siege on Gaza!
Israel, UK, USA.
Israel, UK, USA!
Lift the siege on Gaza.
Lift the siege on Gaza!
And comrades, this is so important going forward. Every day now counts for the children in Gaza. Their tiny little bodies can't take the starvation. They can't deal with it. The malnutrition, the kwashiorkor, the marasmus. They get infections and they are starting to die of starvation in large numbers. So comrades, talk about it, protest about it, write to your MPs, tell everyone about it. Lift the siege on Gaza and stop the starvation. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Jonathan. I now want to call on Agnes, a Holocaust survivor. And these people are so disgusting that they will even barack a Holocaust survivor.
Hi, I'm Agnes Corey, Jewish from top to bottom, from bottom to top, a Holocaust child survivor, a Holocaust researcher. I just been told by the other group that I was a terrorist. Well, if I'm a terrorist, if this is terrorism, if my view for peace, for Palestinians and for everybody is terrorism, then yes, I am a terrorist. However, I cannot understand how this group of people who are not shouting us down really believe that they're doing any good to anybody whatsoever. They're just following some dictates which, as we know, happened in other countries a few decades ago. They're just following mindlessly. They forget what Judaism is. They forget what Jewish history is. So we just have to be strong and stronger and even stronger. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! In our thousands and in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands and millions! We are all Palestinians! In our millions and billions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands and in our billions! We are all Palestinians! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
None of us can say it any better than a Holocaust survivor. She's been through it. She knows a genocide when she sees one. And we follow her guidance. We know a genocide when we see one. And these people are supporting that genocide, if you can believe it. And I want to say, we in IJAN, just so you know, we come from a very different tradition. We come from the tradition of Marak Edelman, who was one of the leaders of the Warsaw Ghetto uprising. And that uprising began 82 years ago, the Saturday before last. And it was only one of more than 100 armed rebellions by Jews against the Nazis. You never hear about that from the Zionists. And the reason you never hear about that from the Zionists is they want you to think that Israel is somehow going to be the savior of the Jews. Well, they're not. The most dangerous country for Jews. Where do most Jews die? In Israel. That's the reality. We stand with the diaspora all over the world who is fighting for justice, not just for Jews, but for people of color, for Muslims, for the disabled, for trans people, for queer people. We stand as part of that movement for liberation of which Palestine is a central part. And all of these movements are coming together. They are coming together behind Palestine. And we're not going anywhere until the starvation stops, until the blockade is stopped, and until there is genuine freedom from the river to the sea. All right, Carol wants to say something very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly. Now, there is a saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. With me, it's just the opposite. I keep on breaking my bones, I go to the hospital, they patch me up again, and I carry on. If somebody is rude to me, words always hurt me. But never mind, I'm lucky. The people in Gaza don't have their choice. It's not sticks and stones, it's bullets, it's drones, and it's not just hurting, it's killing. That's what genocide is all about. So, you know, whenever you hear that saying, think, I've got a little bit of choice, but the people at Gaza don't.
Well, yeah, right. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, we're going to stay together. And we understand that the Zionists are going to be moved across the street. So we're calling on the police to please do that.
Do that, John.
They are. Give them a few minutes. Let's do some chanting.
Okay, now we're going to do some chanting.
Where's
Free,
Donna?
free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! 1, 2, 3, 4! Zionism no more! Zionism no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Zionism no more! Zionism no more! Zionism no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israelism Palestine! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israelism Palestine! From the belly of the beast! Out of the Middle East! From the belly of the beast! Out of the Middle East! Resistance is justified! Resistance is justified! Resistance is justified! Resistance is justified! There is only one state! There is only one state! Palestine 48! Palestine 48! There is only one state! There is only one state! Palestine 48! Palestine 48!
blockade break the siege! Let the blockade break the siege! Gaza will be free! Gaza will be free! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Break the chains and let them fall! Break the chains and let them fall! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Break the chains and let them fall! 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 Terrorist scum off our streets! 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 Terrorist Zionists off our streets! Terrorist Zionists off our streets! Baby killers off our streets! Baby killers off our streets! Keir Starmer, what you say? Keir Starmer, what you say? How many kids have you killed today? How many kids have you killed today? Stop bombing Gaza! Stop bombing Gaza! Stop bombing Gaza! Stop bombing Gaza! Stop bombing children! Stop bombing children! Stop bombing children! Stop bombing children! End the blockade, break the siege! End the blockade, break the siege! Gaza will be free! Gaza will be free! End the blockade, break the siege! End the blockade, break the siege! Gaza will be free! Gaza will be free! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Break the chains and let them fall! 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 Hurriya! 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 فلسطين عربية! وإسرائيل حرامية! فلسطين حرة حرة! الصهيونية اطلع برا!
action. And there was a big demonstration today in support of the Filton 18. And we should have a report from them. But first, let's hear a poem. Zara? You want me to hold the mic or you're all right? Don't worry about that.
I'm going to read a poem. It is called But She Is Still Whole by Marwa Usman. She is not weeping. She is not wailing. She is not screaming for help. Her hijab is soaked in her own blood. Her feet walk over the ruins of her life. She carries 2 children, one under each arm, not with power, but with purpose. Behind her, Gaza is in pieces, but she is still whole. Not because she's unhurt, but because she refuses to fall apart. Because she knows her children need her calm more than her cries. Because in a world that has turned its back, a mother cannot afford to. This is not just strength. This is not just strength. This is sacred. This is resistance wrapped in a beige hijab and blood.
Yes.
This is motherhood in Gaza, raw, resilient and radiant. She is the headline that never gets printed. She is the scream that never makes it into breaking news. She is the soul of a people still standing tall under falling skies. Share this forever memory of her, not just for what she survived, but for how she chose to survive with dignity, with grace, and with her children clutched to her heart. Always remember who did this to her, how and why. Zionists using Western-made tools of murder for simply being a native Palestinian. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Thank you, Zara.
People, this is the photograph that poem refers to. An amazing, amazing photograph.
Right, we're just having a look out here. I'm not sure what's happening.
Standing proud, strong, protecting our children.
What's happening here?
This man here, you can interview. Oh, he's trying to get that guy. He's the Iranian.
What's going on?
He's that Iranian guy.
Why is everyone looking over here?
Because the Iranian guy, other him.
Oh, is it the guy with the press thing?
It's not press at all.
No, there's that guy there, right?
Yeah.
Why are they all staring at him though?
Because he was trying to get the police to do something.
Oh.
He always tries to interfere.
What do you mean tries to get what? Winds people up to?
He winds people up, yeah, he tries to. He's the one that throws bananas on the BDS in Camden.
So he sort of just provokes someone and then says to the police, look at what they're doing, and then,
and then
tries to get them arrested.
Walk amongst pro-Palestine supporters as well to try and provoke a reaction.
Oh, right.
He's an Iranian loyalist.
Yeah. Is this the biggest number you've seen here before? It must be. Well, they never have this many, do they?
You mean the Zionists?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the biggest.
Well, they got the board of deputies, didn't they, to put a tweet out, so that must have got a lot of people.
And I think that what's happened is the police the area we're in is smaller than it used to be. But
I mean, what I don't understand about this is if they really think we're hate mob and anti-Semitic, why are they playing Elton John and sort of, there's no real genuine sort of rage and anger or fear. I mean, there's no fear. I mean, it's like they're talking about fear of this mob. There's no projection of fear. It's all kind of celebration and we're fucking up your gig. It's like some sort of childish.
What I love is their chant, get terrorists off our streets.
Well, I see,
Look in the mirror.
Oh, well, yeah, bye-bye then.
It just seems ridiculous. It's so. If that's meant to be rage at fear and of anti-Semitism, then it's just.
Well, look at which group has been penned in, not them.
Yeah, yes, no, exactly. They've had
We're being
freedom.
intimidated.
I mean,
They've
it's
had
it's
freedom
just.
to move
We've
where
been
you
corralled
haven't.
by
Yes.
the police and by the Zionists.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is,
Yeah.
we got quite a lot of noise there. I mean, when we were singing, I couldn't hear a word of what they're doing or any of it. I mean, if that's the whole of the Board of Deputies sending out a tweet, it's not that many people, really, is it?
No, you're right.
On a bank holiday weekend as well.
You would expect it
And
perhaps more.
in North London, you would have thought, there's quite a lot of people around here.
Which is the really that's trying to cause trouble? The one with the press.
The guy with the press vest on is an Iranian loyalist. He's not press.
What's up?
Hello.
Yeah, you're on now. You're on now. No. Do you want to speak on? Have you been doing this protest, this picket a lot?
Regularly.
Were you here before it went away and then came back?
No, I was here when it was down by the library. That got moved.
Oh, the library. Oh, you're like old school.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's like okay. It's like you were there before the Beatles were big, sort of thing.
Not quite, but
Why have they brought it back, do you think? It's a bit weird.
apparently there was a demonstration outside the ambassador's home. The police banned that and drew a 500-metre exclusion zone, which happened not to include this. So that gave us the opportunity to come back here.
Oh, so the police kind of messed up themselves?
I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Oh, I see. Because there was a protest last week, wasn't it, outside the ambassador's home, and they were stopped. Yeah. Right. And so some sort of repercussion of that is that we're here again.
Yeah.
And now the people who bullied and intimidated everyone here before have come back again, saying, "Look, we tried to bully you and intimidate you last time, but haven't you gone away yet?"
Yeah.
And
I think they're furious with the police.
yeah, well, they didn't get there. I mean, are you worried there'll be some trouble of any sort?
I'm not worried, no. I mean, we're peacefully demonstrating. We've got a right to do that. I mean, this slow burn genocide has been going on for 80 years. The Nakba was very violent founding of Israel, where hundreds of thousands of refugees were created, and it's been going on ever since. They've been stealing Palestinian lives, stealing Palestinian land, and even worse, they've stolen Jewish identity. Most of the demonstrators here are from Jewish organisations like Jewish Network for Palestine. And what I think is the two dangers. One is people think, oh, if we get rid of Netanyahu, we can go back to normal. Well, there's no such thing as normal. It was always vicious apartheid.
Yeah.
And the second danger is the idea of a two-state solution, which sounds superficially fair, but it would institutionalise apartheid in Israel, where 20% of the population are Palestinian, and they live as second-class citizens in a racist, supremacist state. We want the end of Zionism, so what we say is Judaism, yes, but Zionism, no.
Yeah, I mean, what? So, you want me to say something about, well look, we can see here there's a lot of people.
Out of control.
I'm not really following developments on this side particularly, but this guy's been moved who's been causing trouble, so that's quite positive, I suppose. I don't really know what's going on, but I think I don't know what's going to happen every week here, but this was like the first time back. I don't know if it will be the same next week. It'll be interesting to see if that happens. We've got some more people to interview here as well.
Can I borrow your lip? Can I borrow your lip?
I want to watch my bike.
I will.
Doing it.
I will.
Hiya.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Chris Flintoff, and
Hi,
just
hi.
doing a live stream because we wanted to make sure that everyone could see what's actually going on, because if it's not recorded, then we don't know what might happen. I mean, anything can happen.
Good idea, yeah.
How do you feel about this whole coming back here? I mean, it's a bit scary how many other Zionists there are there, isn't there?
Yeah, I would say it is quite scary. When I was coming here, I arrived slightly late. I got changed, arrived slightly late, and as I was trying to walk through, being respectful, and I was saying to people, I was, trying to maneuver my bike around, and I was saying, excuse me, because I didn't want to, bash my bike with anyone. And I said, excuse me, to this woman several times who was violent, who was shouting abuse at a police officer for not arresting us. And I said, excuse me, and I thought, I don't want to disturb her, so I went round the back of her. And then someone then moved in front of me, and I slightly clipped her with my bike. And then she turned around to the police officer and said, this woman's just assaulted me, arrest her. And so I had to, we've got a policy of not engaging, we encourage people to not engage, but I had to turn around and say, I said, I did ask you, excuse me, and she said, well, I couldn't hear you because I was talking to a police officer. And, I couldn't really say anything, so I just said, I'm sorry, because she could have asked me, it's scary, the kind of hate that she had in her voice. And, if she had carried on with that line and I hadn't tried to de-escalate the situation, even though we have a policy of not engaging, then she could have got me arrested. So, to be honest, it is very scary.
Have you been arrested already at all?
No, thank God I haven't. But also it's frustrating to have to come here and feel like I have to cover my hair and cover my eyes, and it's frustrating not being able to hear the beautiful speakers and the inspiring words that really make a difference. And when I hear people's speeches, it lifts me up and it continues to inspire me. But it is frustrating that I can't stand here as a British citizen and feel free to show my whole identity, because to be honest, I am proud to be here. It means a lot for me to be here, and it's emotional for me to be here, and it's wonderful for me to be here. But it is sad that some see us as part of the problem. There's a sign over there saying we're useful idiots. There's a sign over, there's people thinking over there that we're misinformed, when actually I would say that me participating in these things are through a deep level of me learning and reading and listening to academic reports, human rights reports, UN reports, journalist reports all over, YouTube reports all over, and educating myself on these things. And so it is an insult to our intelligence that they shout at us and call us useful idiots, and they shout at us saying we're a shill for the regime, when it's absolutely the opposite. In fact, I am here to protect their rights as much as I am here to protest against a genocide, a forced starvation, they're just shooting people like, horrible to say, but like rats in a barrel at the end of the day in Gaza, and what they're doing in the West Bank is also horrific. And so I'm also here in compassion to those people. I think it's important that we have compassion for them as well, because the reason they're here is because they care deeply about this situation. The reason these people like me are here because we care deeply about the situation. I just wish there was more compassion that could be heard, rather than them just screaming abuse at us. And I haven't seen people scream abuse the other way around. I have never ever seen that. What I have heard and seen is people making sexist comments. My friend just told me that someone told her, made a sexual violence comment about her mother. I have heard people spit at me as I mean, it's ridiculous. And from this side, I've never heard anything other than, are you okay? How are you doing? Do you want some of my water? What can we do? Do you want to have a conversation? It's very meaningful to me. And I was one of the people that was carrying the coffin at the US Embassy. When was it? A week? Last week. And I mean, that whole thing was so unbelievably moving. I just cried pretty much for about 2 hours straight. So, but it's, it's important that we're here.
I mean, I was just thinking, I was looking at the crowd there, and they all seem to be playing like Elton John and making music and laughing and stuff like that. And you think, well, if you really think we're a hate mob and we're all anti-Semites, you wouldn't be doing all that. It seems like they don't really even believe their kind of propaganda. I mean, they're not showing that. I mean, they're just being intimidating, aren't they? To me.
Yeah, I think you're right, but also I think that they are kind of turning it almost into a party atmosphere to keep themselves going. I suppose in a way, when one is so down the rabbit hole of fascism, which the Zionist regime is, ethno-fascism, then in order to keep yourself from really seeing the other picture, you're so far down, you can't, unless you can really self-reflect and look at yourself in the mirror and say I am wrong, which is difficult for most people to do. Then I suppose things like having music or things like fun chants to keep their spirits up is a way that they can kind of psychologically keep going. Which is maybe it's important for their own self-esteem that they have that, and it gives them a sense of community. I don't take that away from them. And our side sometimes does it as well. Sometimes we play music at protests, or sometimes we drum, and I think that's important right of free speech, that people should be able to play music and things like that. But I agree with what you're saying, that it does seem to be a kind of joyous intimidation tactic to maybe defend their own self-worth, and I think that's just very sad, to be honest, and I wish them all well.
But I mean, I went to demos in the 90s when I was a bit younger, and
I'm just getting water, yeah.
And like against the BNP,
yeah.
And we were really, really angry and sort of really raging that they were given this license to march and stuff like that. And I just don't see the same energy in this as we were giving to the BNP. So do you know what I mean? It was such a passionate feeling of we can't let these people say this stuff or be racist in our streets. But they're not really doing that. It just seems like. But I get what you're saying about they've got to keep their spirits up. But it's
I do know what you mean. I mean, sometimes there is anger and righteous anger about these things, and sometimes I do feel like why can't we kind of do a more kind of punk movement about this? But the important thing I think to remember is that we are here for a peaceful cause, and if we stay calm, all it can do is make them and if we stay calm and their response is that they shout more, that's on them, that's not on us. We are here because we believe strongly in what we're doing, and also I think there's a sense of not like a narcissism in what I perceive to be sometimes the other side is that, and the thing to do with emotional kind of narcissism is actually not to give them anything, because that's what gets them frustrated more than anything. What they need is you to keep feeding it. And my response anyway is to sometimes is to be really frustrated, and then sometimes it's to be just quietly give them nothing at all.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. My name's Georgie, and see you guys at anything, and hopefully always with the kefir, but maybe without my sunglasses next time.
All right. Would you like to speak?
Frank is my name. I'll tell you a few words, yeah.
Thank you for agreeing to speak. So what do you think about the counter-protest, the intimidation, and
well, what I would say, we've been coming here for about 12 months with IJAN. We're part of an Irish group, better known as the Irish Brigade. And what I see happening here tonight is they're trying to mess us up by closing the road. They have blocked the road. It's sheer provocation to block the road, and by doing that they are drawing attention to us. Now it looks like we could be banned again next week from coming here, and this is typical of them. They've been drumming up support. It's like rent a mob out there. They got members of the IJAN out there who I recognise, former football fans from Chelsea out among them. So it's kind of rent a mob, but they don't have longevity. You'll see them here tonight, and next week we look if there's 10% of them here, because we have longevity. We are here for the long haul. What's happening in Palestine, especially Gaza, is a genocide, and the media, mainstream media, the world's press, and the world has turned away. We have lost our run of ourselves. Humanity has somehow failed, and failed everybody, especially failed the people of Gaza. And now in Gaza we see a famine, and the world is ignoring it. The Mirror today had a headline on it. So what is going to be the outcome for the Palestinian people? Obviously, the land is stolen land. and stolen land, as they say here, will never be happy land. But the people of Gaza have longevity too, and I believe that the people of Gaza will survive. Maybe some of them will leave, but we definitely need the world, we definitely need some world leaders to show some cojones and stand up, and then somehow bring this horror, it's unbelievable what we are witnessing. And the people that are silent and turning their heads and walking away from it, for some reason, I don't know how they can live with themselves, especially people in power, government ministers. They go home to their children and their grandchildren. Their children must ask the question, Daddy, did you not do something today? What do they say to their children? I'm an ordinary working class Irishman, and we come here and we go to every protest and we support the Palestinians. Now the Irish and the Palestinian connection is strong. We have lived under occupation. We are still partially occupied in Ireland. Occupation, wherever it was perpetrated, was wrong. It brought nothing but death, destruction and violence. And we don't have a war in Gaza. We never had a war in Ireland. We had occupation and we resisted occupation. The Palestinians have a resistance movement and they are resisting occupation. The same as what's happening in Lebanon. It's resistance. And like I have 4 children, I have 5 grandchildren, and they all support what I do. And some of my children come with me and stand on these protests. But the silence of the world is deafening. Somebody has to stand up. And I see what happened yesterday. We had a good one yesterday. We pulled off a good one yesterday. We were down on the canal and we made so much noise. Gal Gadot, the Israeli actress, I wouldn't call her an actress, she's a has-been. She was never anything, only a killer. She's a former IDF soldier. She was making a film yesterday on the canal. There's a bit on the Mail today about it, the Mail online. And we went down there yesterday, and she's running along the canal, and and there's guys waiting with the camera. And we made so much noise that they cancelled it. And when the drummer turned up, it interfered with our sound. So we gave Gal Gadot a warm welcome yesterday of what she is all about and what her compatriots are all about. And that's what needs to be done. Big groups, big marches. Okay, they make an impact, but we have to be more effective with smaller groups and target them wherever we can and call it out for what it is. It's genocide on a grand scale. And
the land grab, it's just a land grab, and they try and conflate a land grab with religion. It's got nothing to do with religion. It's a land grab.
It's a Zionist ideology of a greater Israel. Right? You see what happened to the flotilla off the coast of Malta. You know. And there is no limit to what they're capable of. They have taken over a big part of Syria, and they're planning an invasion in the next week or 2 of going back into Lebanon with a ground offensive. But the IDF dirty their nappies when they got out of the tanks in Gaza, because the resistance in Gaza were well able to take them on. Even with their own weapons, because the reason...
They recycle their weapons, don't they?
Recycle them, but when the IDF ran away, they took their weapons. So they don't have the balls for the fight. They do not. They're good from the air. Do you know it's...
I mean, it's so... Well...
I'll give you one statistic. There has been more explosives dropped in Gaza than was dropped in Hamburg, in Dresden and in London. 3 cities, there was more explosives dropped in Gaza.
And they've certainly poisoned the land. I mean, the land, when they're talking about building, Donald Trump's thing, I mean, that land is going to be poisoned. You can't really build
land
anything.
Is poisoned. But the Palestinians are resistant because the Palestinians have roots. They have roots, they're rooted to the soil. They will survive. And hopefully we will help them to survive. Yes, man.
Well, look, it's great to talk to you. And
good man.
Yeah.
Frank is my name, and I come from Ireland.
You've got a good, strong handshake as well.
Good man, thank you.
I can't get out. Right, there you go. Right. Well, we're going over here, yeah?
Right. Good man, okay, no problem.
Hi, Mark, you all right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's going to do some...
Thanks for the interview with Benji.
Oh, we're going to have a look at the... just going to have a look at these. Right. Wait, what? What, you're going out? I'm not going out. Well, look, Carlos is going out now to have a look at the dance that they're doing. They're obviously really angry, aren't they, and about us because they're having a dance.
They didn't give me the dog biscuit. Blocking the road?
Unbelievable.
I just could not stop crying. And I thought, yes, we still feel we can still cry about this.
As you can see, they're so angry about this protest that they're dancing. They're so fed up with us that they're actually playing loud music and dancing. Yeah.
All she wants is to be able to comb her hair. And that's what I want to say.
Another consistent anti-Zionist Jew you just heard from. Mana, you lead us in some chants that are appropriate after that. I know it's hard.
Free the people, free them all! Free the people, free them all! Take their chains and let them fall! Take their chains and let them fall! Free the people, free them all! Free the people, free them all! Take their chains and let them fall! 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 Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine
before we wind this up. But remember, when we wind it up, we go together. We don't allow ourselves to be picked off. Just because the cops move them across the street doesn't mean that the cops are our friends. Just remember that. We go together, we don't go alone. Jonathan from Colombia, where they already threw out the Israeli ambassador.
That's right. We threw the ambassador. Okay, we only got 2 more minutes. Pay attention, everybody. We know what's behind here. We don't need to look at them. There is only 2 things, noise and Israeli flags. Where else in the world do you see Israeli flags today? You see them in the racist idiot marches. You see them in the anti-immigrant marches. You see them in Colombia in the xenophobic Uribista marches against indigenous. You see them in Chile in the marches against the Mapuche. Everywhere there is genocide, oppression, and fascism, that's where the Israeli flag belongs. What divides us here, what's being protected by the police over there, is the past. They represent the rotten past of colonialism. We are on the right side of history. We are the ones that the history books will be speaking about, and they will be pretending that they were with us. So please pay attention next week. Next week there'll be another picket in a location that the conference will let you know, because we're only getting started. This is a struggle to the death against the past, against fascism, colonialism, and Zionism. Viva, viva! Viva, viva! Viva, viva! Viva, viva! Viva, viva! Viva, viva! Viva, viva!
Thank you, Jonathan from Colombia. I want to also point out, they attacked a peaceful flotilla in open water with 2 drones. One was listing and the other one was on fire near Malta.
Shame on them.
They obey no international laws. They think they make the laws for all of us. And let me tell you, they want to make the law for us in the UK as well. That's why it doesn't matter which government you vote for in this country, what you end up with is a Zionist government. And if anybody thinks that Farage is going to save anybody, I know nobody here thinks that, but it's frankly those people over there who will mix with Farage's crowd. They will be supporting the fascists because the fascists support them.
Yes.
The absurdity of the whole thing. And I want to end on a kind of lighter note in some ways. Keir Starmer wanted to move his office from where it is in Camden Town, and he wanted to move it to a building which included or was owned by disabled people who had an organization there. And guess what? They turned him down. And as we go now, I'll ask Mona to come back if she can and do some more chants as we pack up. But I want to say, the last time that we have seen a siege on this kind of scale, what they're doing to the people of Gaza, to the children of Gaza, to the women of Gaza, and to the men. The last time we saw this really was in Leningrad, and it was done by the Nazis.
Exactly.
That's who they are. And we will not forget it. That's the last time we have seen a siege like this. Now to take us out while we pack up, Mona, can you do some more chants?
Freedom, people, freedom, law! Freedom, people, freedom, law! No freedom, stolen law! No freedom, stolen law! Freedom, people, freedom, law! Freedom, people, freedom,
Yeah, so we've just got someone who's local, who's been No. But I just want to speak. We've got someone locally who lives locally, and you were just passing by. What did you want to tell us about what happened?
So we were passing by and we saw the Palestinian flags and the commotion, and I've taken the girls to several protests actually in central London, but coming here and wanting to express our Palestinian solidarity, we feel intimidated. My children don't feel comfortable or safe to speak or to join in the protest, and we want to just have the right to protest peacefully in the area without feeling intimidated, without feeling scared, to just speak out.
Right, they are intimidating. We've heard about other people who've been intimidated as well. Yeah, so are you going to come back next week then?
Yeah, we'll be here every day if we need to raise our voices in support. So free Palestine.
Thank you. Well, look, I think we're winding up here now. It looks like the police are trying to convey some message to people.
What's the police say? Maybe it's time to finish, I don't know. Not sure.
Oh, he's having a word. Look, the organiser's talking to the police now. Oh, he's moving around.
Right, okay, so the conditions have now been amended, okay, to remain in your locality and to end at 1900, okay? That is for both sides, okay? I've had to call additional assets because sadly, we weren't getting where we wanted to go for both sides, okay? So you and I have been working well together all day, and I'd like to continue doing that, okay? So I've imposed those new conditions, okay?
So the reason for waiting is, are they going to disperse or what? What's happening?
So, as you can appreciate, I could not really enact any powers. I didn't have sufficient resources. So that's why I've called in additional assets now, and we're making it happen. Okay.
So we will stay here until you've dispersed them, is that right?
No. So they are being moved over as to their designated areas. Okay.
Across the road?
Yeah.
Not blocking them.
Both sides are going to disperse at 7 o'clock, did you say?
This is my condition. I'm asking people to finish their demonstrations
both sides
at 7.
So the first step is to move them to the other side of the road.
Yes.
And then, as you say, you're asking both sides then to end at 7 o'clock.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll announce it on the mic.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Who disperses first? First. Do we leave first or do they leave first?
Well,
it would help if they went first.
Can they disperse first instead of blocking the exit?
As you can appreciate,
because what, as I said to one of your officers, trouble often kicks off.
Yes, I'm
end,
aware.
We disperse,
and this is
then
why
they try and pick us off. They come here, they stand there.
Yeah.
Have a go at us.
This is all part of my plan. Don't worry about it. Okay. Trust me, and I trust you. Okay. Thanks, John.
Can I just ask for the record? Why?
Very, very quickly. Sorry, I'm really busy.
Right, I understand that. We're all very busy. Why have they been allowed to block key infrastructure for an hour?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Why have they been allowed to block?
Can you just lower it a little bit, please?
Why have they been allowed to block key infrastructure for an hour?
Because, as I've just explained to John, I didn't have the additional assets, so I've had to call in additional assets, and as you can see, now it's happening.
Okay, so are you going to start making arrests of the individuals on the road?
So, I've got a working strategy at this moment in time, okay, but please work with me, and
So
I'm
is
trying to
that
work
a
with John. Well, not at this moment in time, no.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So can we block the road next week?
Sorry?
Can we block Finchley Road next week? Is that okay?
Right, okay. Oh, are we going to get anywhere with this conversation? I'm
No,
really sorry, I don't mean to sound
I
rude.
genuinely want to know. I want to understand why they're allowed to block key infrastructure, but we're not allowed to
They
do
weren't allowed to.
But you
right?
allowed them to.
Yeah, because I didn't have sufficient resources to deal with that incident.
Right.
I've now got additional resources.
Okay.
And it's happening. The infrastructure is being cleared.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And if they refuse to leave the road, you'll be making
Well, I
arrests?
think-
Yes.
Okay.
Officer Todd, I think you've seen very clearly today, yet again, where the problem lies.
Yeah.
We have stayed here, we've protested, we've had our rally, our speeches, we've caused no problems, correct?
Yeah.
The other side have caused you major problems. Blocking the road, right? Blocking a major road.
I'm not going to get into
I know
who
you
does
won't
this,
say that,
who does
but
that. Okay.
it's very clear.
Yeah, John, if you can do what
I will
we've,
make the
what we've
announcements.
discussed.
Yes,
Yeah,
no
thank
problem,
you.
no problem.
I've got a scoop. Have I answered everyone's questions? I'm sorry, I'm really busy and I'm
that's
pinging
okay.
around.
That's
yeah,
fine.
thank you.
The other side need to disperse too.
Yes, they have to go, but not right now.
We don't have enough assets to arrest people.
Some kids up in the front. Some kids up in the front. Oh, really? Makes a good video. Oh. He's over there. He's doing his own thing. Oh, sorry. Got it.
We're still on.
Change the conditions.
What?
So, because of lack of resources, and he's drafting in, the first step is they're going to move all of the designers onto the other side of the road, and then both sides have to finish by 7 o'clock.
7?
7, yeah.
All right, so what is it now, 1:45?
It's about 1:45. But everyone will disperse at the same time.
Oh, God. What, so we're all going to be, like, aren't they going to, like, when it's a football game, they normally let they leave the away fans in for half an hour. Oh, it's not Wembley 1923, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, God. How you doing, Mark? All right? Yeah, look, Mark here. A lot of you come to this one a lot, don't you? This IJAN one.
I haven't come to this one so much because it's been every single week, and I'm a bit lazy some weeks. I don't come every single week, but it's fantastic that Jewish people are coming here to protest against the Israeli ambassador every single week. It gives a lie to the idea that all Jews in Britain support Israel, support the ambassador. It's just something that has to be done. And it's so great we're back, and the police have very generously just given us a whole half an hour extra to demonstrate. That's the right approach.
Because the resources are low or something.
I don't know quite. You might have heard exactly what it was all about, but that's what democracy is about, you see. It's fantastic.
I mean, you haven't seen that many Zionists before here, no?
No, the Board of Deputies, which is the leadership of the official Jewish community, apparently, mobilized officially. I think one of the major synagogues, the United Synagogue, also advertised it on their social media. So it was a serious attempt by the right wing of the Jewish leadership to mobilize the whole community in London. So I don't think they didn't do very well, really, because there's a lot more Jews in London than on both sides of this demonstration. I think a lot of Jews don't want to get involved in either side here. They want to keep their head down. There's a long tradition of that. Whatever one thinks of it, it's not a situation where all Jews fanatically support Israel, and it's a complete myth that the pro-Israel lobby push again and again and again. The most crazy right-wing people somehow represent a country. I mean, we have the same in America. Trump claims to represent all American people. Well, I don't know how many Americans you or I have met. It's just not the case.
I mean, if there was someone saying that they're renter mob, there's a renter mob, there's some sort of EDL type people in there that they recognise from hooligans and stuff. But that wouldn't be something that other Jews would want to be associated with. Zionist Jews wouldn't want to be associated with sort of hooligans, would they?
I think they've lost their bearings because they don't have anything else to argue, except there's anti-Semitism everywhere. Pro-Palestine protests is all anti-Semitic, so they're now doing things which the Board of Deputies wouldn't have done years ago, put up on social media, mobilise the whole community in London to come and protest in the streets against, to be honest, a relatively small protest of Jewish anti-Zionists. I mean, it's a desperate move.
Right, so it's quite you think that the Board of Deputies has kind of changed tack because they discipline these people, these members of their own group.
They're shifting further and further to the right. They're losing their bearings, I think. I don't quite think they know what they're doing. I mean, to be slight, am I being fair to them? I don't know. I think if any section of society were given the kind of leeway to determine who runs the Labour Party, what government policy is, it would send them a bit power mad and a bit crazy and think they can kind of do anything. I don't think they quite know the game they're playing, really. It's very sad.
I mean, we don't know what might happen at the end. We might get an arrest or two at the end like we've seen before here.
In the past, but the police claim they haven't got the numbers to do anything like that, so let's hope there's no... So far there's been nothing of any significance here as far as I can see, apart from people shouting at each other, which is pretty harmless. So I don't think the police have any real excuse to do anything. One day we'll be allowed to protest next to Hotaveli or the Israeli ambassador's actual residence.
Where is it? This way?
Oh, I'm not sure exactly. Quite a long way away down there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. But this is as good a place as any to protest because it's Swiss Cottage.
Yeah.
And contrary to what the Zionists say, it's not a Jewish area anymore. My dad used to live in this area. Many Jews did, but not so many nowadays. It's a small Jewish community still here, obviously, but many. Every other community, it's multinational, multicultural London.
Oh, I see. Right, yeah. Well, look, we're still going, and it's 2:45 or 10:02 now, isn't it? What is it?
Police give us permission all night. We'll be here all night. You're stuck.
As long as look, it says it's 3 minutes to, isn't it? Is that right?
We'll have another 10 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay, so look, Yale's here. Do you want to talk on the camera? Look, Yale Khan's here, look, and you've got a new banner. You're always topping up your printer cartridges, aren't you?
Well, I thought I had to give a message to the Board of Deputies because they are the extremists. They incited people to come today to attack us, naming us as if we are the extremists, and they falsely claim that they want to stop the hate. No, the extremist is them. You can't be more extremist than if you support genocide. You can't be more hate than if you support genocide. So it is on them.
I was just talking to Mark, and Mark was saying that he thinks that the Board of Deputies have kind of changed to become more right-wing than they were because of the way they sacked those, they disciplined those members of their group recently, and now that they tweeted.
Is an arm of Zionist Israel, and I'm sure they got an order from the embassy to do that, to prove that they're supporting Israel and completely isolate and try to undermine any resistance within the Jewish community that is showing any conscience and showing any humanity that they are against the genocide. I think they just got on the...
That's all. So you think it's always been that way with the Board of Deputies, that they've always been...
The Board of Deputies been for some years just extension of the Israeli embassy. Right. They're getting the order from there. That's what I think.
Right, okay.
That's just order. I don't think there was a political change within them. but Hot Valley, I'm sure.
And Chabad, you exposed them quite a lot. Have you had any more anything come out of that since?
Well, I am assisting the police in their investigation, so I am tagging them with every tweet that I tweet about Chabad, such as the terrorist Chabad attacking women in New York, and attacking physically and verbally, and being very, very aggressive. Sorry, I think there is other. So, yeah, I'm actually finding a lot more information about how terrorist Chabadis are part of the terrorist Zionists they are, and I'm making sure that the Met Police know about it. Wow. And the public. I'm obviously publishing it.
And you never give up, you never stop.
Oh no.
And is that the new flag that you sent you were at the curry with? Is that the one that you came to the curry with? Is that you had the new fresh Palestine?
This one is the new one because the Zionists broke my old one. You're talking about the flag?
Yeah.
Yes, they broke the old one. And then I had another one. I gave it to Palestinian from Gaza who participated in the demo. And they were so excited having the flag. So I just left it for them. So that's my third one in 10 days.
Wow, it's great. Thank you for talking to us. And we're doing a live stream so people can see what's going on here. If you're able to donate at all towards the live stream, that would be helpful because it does cost quite a bit of money. And I want to do more of these live streams because we have to do that because no one else is covering it. And this information, this news won't be out there otherwise. So how do you think it's gone? We saw it at the beginning. How do you feel about it now?
I don't know. I feel like the police could definitely done more to make us feel safer and not be harassed. Because I literally got harassed by two so-called Iranians for wearing this flag, and they cursed at my mom. So yeah, I feel like they could have definitely done better, but it's biased. I just can't not see it's biased. It's always biased. The police always take their sides more than they do ours. So I feel like for how it usually goes, I feel like this was much better than, we did raise a lot of voice here. We did send a message, so I feel like we did great. But it's just the counter-protest. I feel like to do with that, the police could have definitely done more to help us.
They've all moved over the road now. They've all moved across the road, if you see that. They were right there, now they're right over there. So this is when we're going to disperse, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, even if they go there, I feel like some of them stick around when we're going home. I live right here, and once I was going home, they saw me and they wouldn't stop swearing at me, calling me terrorist and stuff. So it's the police could definitely do much more for us to be able to send their voice. Also, we are behind barriers whilst they're out there. It's just it's ironic, we're protesting for Palestine, they're treating us like Gaza, locked inside, whilst the Israelis block the road, go this way, go that way, call us names, so it's yeah.
Do you want to say something? Do you want to come in?
I just realised I forgot to say big up community camp for Palestine, opposite Nine Elms, opposite the US Embassy, near Nine Elms and Box Hill. Anyone who's interested, look up CC4PAL on Instagram for more information. I just realised I forgot to add that, so big up the CC4PAL community and big up everyone who does community support or any kind of support to help people come out on the streets and be part of these kind of things. It's really important. But anyway, thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is there were lots of different protests going on, different groups. It's not just a national protest. This one's every week on a Friday. I know all over the country there's people doing different things, and I might be focusing a lot more in London and the southeast, but honestly I want to hear more about those protests up in other cities and other towns. It's amazing how people are still getting out every week to speak out about the genocide, and there's no fatigue in it. There's more people here than I saw the last time I came here.
Thank you for all your work.
I'll pay attention to that. Right, look, I just got a £5 for the live stream. So look, if you got any more $5s going, it'd be good because Carlos is going around. He's got one of his eyes has got a mark in it. It's an indent because he presses the camera so close to his eye. Think about his eye. Think about that. Think about how we need to support his eye.
Well, Carlos and you both do an amazing job, you know, so keep it
Oh,
up, thank you.
yeah, I'll give you the £5 back now.
The next time I see you, I'll give you another. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Well, look, we're going to stay here at the end because I want to make sure that everything happens safely for everyone. So Carlos is going to be filming, and I'll try and get some audio as well with it.
I'm going to stand right here.
Yeah, okay, stand here. But don't interrupt me, okay?
I'm going to interrupt you.
پرچم فلسطین و ایرانی‌ها میگن بکن تو کونه. پرچم فلسطین رو بکن تو کونه. اوکی؟ آره این پیام مردم ایرانه. What? Gaza! You have any problem? Gaza! 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 پرچم فلسطین رو بکن تو کونت. مردم ایران همیشه میگن پرچم فلسطین رو بکن تو کونت.
Put the Palestinians up your ass. That's what he just said.
مردم ایران مسیج دادن به شما پرچم فلسطین رو. مردم ایران مسیج دادن به شما. مردم ایران مسیج دادن به شما. مردم ایران. Yeah.
I don't speak French.
What?
Okay, so.
It's not your business. It's not your business. She talking with me, I answer her. Okay? Just do your job.
So we're going to go this way now.
Don't touch me, okay? Don't touch me. It's not your business.
He has rights under Section 17
exactly.
of the 2023 Public Order Act to film.
Yeah.
Well, why are you stopping him filming?
I'm not stopping him filming.
But you are.
I'm not.
But you've just put your hands on him to stop him
filming.
Exactly. Because you're pushing him away from where he's filming.
To prevent a breach of peace, I'm allowed to use force.
Yeah, but if there's a breach of peace, it's not going to be him who's committing it, it's somebody else.
Yeah.
No,
So to prevent,
because he's standing here peacefully filming, and I've been filming him.
So to prevent it, I can use force.
Well, yes, but the people you use the force against are the people who are threatening it, not the prospective victim.
As far as I'm aware,
You've exceeded your powers. What you've done is wrong. What you've done is wrong, Constable.
It's not.
It is.
It is. I do have power to do what I'm doing.
It is. Well, I'm going to film you, and if you put your hands on him again, you're assaulting him. He's done nothing wrong. He has rights to film. If he is at risk in any way, then you must take action against the people who will perpetrate that, not him. He's the victim.
I haven't said he's at risk.
Well, what's he doing?
Thank you so much.
What's he doing? What has he done?
He's filming and shouting.
He's not shouting.
I'm not shouting.
He's not shouting.
I'm not shouting.
I've been observing
Are you
him.
going to interrupt me every time I speak?
He's not shouting.
So, he was shouting.
He's not shouting.
What?
Okay, cool. Then what we'll do, in a minute, we'll come take details of everyone.
You need to take the details now or she'll go.
We will, but we are currently doing two things at once, and I can't do that. So, yes, the reason why, I've forgotten where I was. So, the reason why I am using force to remove him to prevent a breach of peace is because he's the one shouting, and there is Section 14 conditions under the Public Order Act that they have to be able to. Okay. But when he's shouting at protesters.
Well, I didn't see him shout.
You did, because you have the same camera.
I do, and I didn't see him shout.
So
I was filming and I did not see him
So the camera that caught me will also catch that. So, as you are well aware, because you seem like a very intelligent man, as you're aware, the force I used was perfectly legal under common law.
You're stopping him filming.
I'm not stopping him filming. How have I stopped him filming?
Because you're pushing him away
No,
from
he's
where he
filming
wants
still.
to film.
He's filming still.
Yeah, only because I've interrupted.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you would have pushed him over.
Where he can still film.
Yes, but that's
I am not stopping anyone filming.
The right to film isn't satisfied by moving somebody to a different area. He wants to film here, and that's his right.
Yes, we know, but Section 14 of the Public Order Act means...
Section 14 is for the protester, not for film.
But the good thing is, while I've been having this argument, no one's been shouting at each other, except me and you. So, I'm quite satisfied.
I'm not shouting.
No,
I've not been
right.
disrespectful, Constable.
No, you're not. Absolutely you're not. I'm not saying you've been disrespectful in the slightest. You've been very respectful.
Okay.
So,
well, I hope you will let him film, because that is his
I've
right.
not stopped him filming in the slightest.
Okay.
And I have no intention of stopping him.
But he wants to film here.
He does, and he can film exactly right here, while he's speaking to me and not shouting at anyone.
But he's not shouting at anyone.
What? Let's not play silly buggers, we know he wants shouting.
I'm not playing silly buggers at all. I was filming it, I did not see him shout at anyone.
I finished.
Are you? Okay, good. Then what are you doing? You are going to stand. You are going to
Stand here.
You can. Could you go and speak to my colleagues over there while we do this?
You can. You can. This is your response. If you say something,
Give them
you
your
get
details.
response.
He swore at my mom multiple times. He said he will fuck her in a...
It's right there now.
Have you?
I got it on recording, yeah. But he swore it in Persian though.
Yeah, but that's fine.
You won't be able to understand, but he did say it on the video. He's saying... He says Kostananat, which is what he just said. You can hear him, right?
Does it show him saying it?
It doesn't show him saying it, but he's right there. He does say it. He just said it in front of the camera. Yeah.
You have it on that camera as well. Okay.
He's been arrested several times. For this event, for this very time.
He also said it's because I have the Iranian flag. That's why he doesn't.
There's somebody there that's speaking to you and said you need to go report it to somebody here.
We're not part of the protest. We're response officers that are just here as backup. So honestly, we're kind of without the directive of who's running the event.
Maybe this lady, maybe that WPC over there.
Yeah, someone who's more involved with events is probably your best bet.
I just did it to him and he said he can't take a report.
Okay.
Are you involved with the event?
Give me 1 second. Let me just go and speak.
They're not bothered. They're not bothered at all. She said, let me go get something. I don't know.
Well, she needs to get something.
She didn't seem very bothered.
Yeah, read it. Have a little look. I don't know, we do that so time or... I don't know if she would say that, but I just thought I'd come in there.
This young Iranian lady, is that what you're talking about now? Who spoke to you?
At the moment, yeah, I'm just speaking to my sergeant about it.
If she wants to make a report, it's going to be in private. It's not going to be in front of the camera.
Okay.
It's been filmed on 2 cameras.
Sorry, sir. I've just had a conversation with Tim Kelly. I have no idea what's going on, what's alleged or anything.
He's loving it.
Okay. Listen, if you want to speak to us, we'll speak to you in private without like everyone else around you, because there'll be details and stuff that we don't want on camera for now. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
Can we have a conversation about that? That's what I'm asking for. That's what I'm actually asking for. Okay, well, we don't know what's happened. So if you speak to us over here, yeah, in private, and then we can find out what's going on. Just keep them away from him. Yeah, okay, can you stop following her for a minute, please? While she speaks to an officer. Yeah, she's allowed personal space, okay?
Just to try and keep away, he just said, go fuck your mother in her courtroom. That's what he said. That's what he said.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
We spoke, yeah. Oh, we spoke to 3 police officers already and they didn't seem to care. So when I saw the stripes, I thought, speak to this lady here.
Yeah, we will speak to her. I know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's quite distressed about it.
The officers will take a report quickly and then we'll deal with it. Right,
Thank you very much.
And if it is on camera, if you can let us know who's got it, then we can deal with it.
She has it herself.
Oh, if she's got it herself, we'll see.
I'm ready.
Let me just take your details quickly.
I didn't hear it.
One by one, I was like, I can't do this.
It is what it is.
Where's your car parked?
Oh, it's literally through that little...
Between these 2 buildings?
Yes.
Here? Okay.
Oh, Ahlan. Babe, can you come back?
I'm not seeing them going away.
Okay, can you come find me? My bag is big. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Carlos? Fernando.
So what I suggest that we do, we'll walk down that way and cross that way.
That's fine.
Okay. So what do you think today? And why did you come here? Tell me your story.
My story.
Yeah,
I came...
Who invited you?
Who invited me? Well, IJAN have a regular protest here and it's always very peaceful. They have a right to protest. And today, out of all days, the board of British deputies, sorry, let me do that whole again. Oh, yes, sir. Okay, I'll let you handle that. So today we came to protest very peacefully with IJAN, as they always do. They've been doing this for over a year, from the beginning of the genocide, which is their right. And unfortunately, what the Board of Deputies, who is an Islamophobic, Israeli-based asset in the UK, funded by the government, who works with the government, decided to put out a call to the Zionists within the UK to come here and protest against these very small, very local group of men and women, usually very elderly people. So they're vulnerable groups of people that come to protest here on a weekly basis. It's always peaceful. There's no issues. Today, this massive mob came out. They were doing all sorts of sexual things to try and provoke us. They came all the way up. The police failed in their duty, I'm sad to say, as they often do when it comes to the Zionists. But eventually they did move them out, and we took it upon ourselves to remove these examples, these representations of Jewish supremacy, which is that only Jewish hostages, Israeli hostages, have value, whereas there are thousands of Palestinians who remain hostages, who have been taken by the Zionist entity, who have been maimed and raped and killed and deprived of all human rights for years. Is that enough? Sorry, I feel like I waffled. I'm still full of adrenaline. Do you need anything else?
Okay, let's go.
Thank you so much, brother.
Well done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please edit that well. Tell Carlos to
Carlos
do me
will do
justice.
that.
Make sure she's okay, the lady down.
Where is she?
I don't know where she's giving a statement, I think, to the police.
We can't get out that side, can we?
Yeah,
sorry,
which way are you going?
I'm just gonna... Where is she? Oh, yeah. Yeah. What? Way down there. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna. Sorry. What? We're wrapping up there. Yeah. Right, let's. No. Look, we're going to wrap up the live stream now.
There's a bit of there's some discussions going on. I'm not sure what this is about, but yeah. So we're going to say goodbye now. Thank you for watching the live stream. Come down to Swiss Cottage next week if it's on, and see you another time. Oh yeah, and remember, subscribe, like, share, and donate. Yeah, donate, share, like, yeah. Thank you.